Nozomi 13, bound for Hatena via Kyoto.
Hey everyone, Derek here, and welcome to episode 7. This is it, the final episode of my 2025 Japan trip. Today I wouldn't be spending the day with my pals. No, but that's okay because I had something really cool booked. Entry to the space is determined by lottery, and I won. This meant I had to bust my ass to Kyoto via the almighty Shinkansen. I love traveling at insane speeds, averaging at 275 kilometers an hour all across Japan. At this point, it almost felt nostalgic. With over 35 rides in 2023, this was the only day this trip that I got to ride on a bullet train. I don't know why I did that voice. And hey, I managed to not eat my food before leaving the station for once. It's a quiet morning so far in Kyoto. I'm tired of shit. That's the building I want, right there. Anyhow, my booking wasn't until 2 in the afternoon, but I figure I'd make the most of coming to Kyoto and try to get there early enough to at least get some lunch. I didn't have enough time to get to any temples, shrines, or famous shopping streets, but I did make sure I took the time for the Pokémon Center. There are a couple of exclusive Pikachu here. Well, there were. Unfortunately, they were sold out. It's a bummer, because it's the one-time chance for me. Not so lucky, but that's okay. I love the Johto theme here. This is without a doubt one of my favorite Pokemon centers. They had a cool handcraft experience that was unique to this location, and I won't lie, I kind of regret skipping on it. I grabbed a quick coffee at Excelsior Cafe, mostly because it's Fabio's favorite coffee place in Japan. Then, I went and finally had me some udon from Hanamaru. I love udon. I think it's my favorite noodle dish. I also got a single tempura shrimp for good measure. Anyway, it was time to head to the main attraction.
This is Ogura, station number B10.
Have you figured it out yet? At the time of me going, the Nintendo Museum was still under a lottery entry system that required you to apply online in advance and wait to find out if you were lucky enough to get in. I happened to get kind of lucky.
Wow, okay, please wait to meet you.
The security here is very tight. Some of the lockers here are giant Game Boy cartridges. Also, my Mii character on my badge is incredible. I love this.
Well, I'm here.
I got to see what would be an exclusive Pokélid, and the last Pokélid that I would see on this trip. And there's also a room where you can store your umbrellas with little Game Boys on them. Once inside, you can choose to go up to the museum, or go straight for the gift shop. Man, what can I say about the Nintendo Museum? This place truly is special. If you're in the slightest form a fan of Nintendo, owned a Nintendo console or game, you'll be able to appreciate this place. I wish I could show you, but you're not allowed to film. And trust me, there's security at every station eyeing you down. I'll describe it as best as I can while I play some footage I got from the areas that you can film in, and the gift shop. Essentially, every console has a section in the museum, every major Nintendo-owned franchise has a section in the museum, the history of Nintendo before video games has its own section, such as toys and playing cards. As you can imagine, every single piece of merchandise Nintendo has ever released, in Japan and overseas like Europe and Americas, can be found here. Every color of N64, every limited edition Pokemon Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, SP, DS, 3DS, anything, you name it. It was on display with the original boxes and everything. Every game is displayed with the dates that they were released and displayed in threes, the Japanese, European, and American releases. I genuinely felt the nostalgia pierce my heart. It was crazy. The gift shop is insane, and I would have loved to take home one of those giant controller pillows, but ain't no way I'm carrying that shit back. I thought about it, and I even looked into vacuum seal bags, but decided no. When you get your entry pass, you also get digital coins, 10 to be exact, which allow you to play some of the attractions and games. I started off with the Ultra Hand game, where you grab Pokeballs or Voltorbs and drop them into the pipe.
Oh, I lost.
I didn't take video of it, but I did try the Ultra Machine, which is basically like batting cages. I just couldn't film myself, sadly. You can play some Nintendo systems. I lost in Pokemon Stadium.
That's such horseshit.
Made it to World 8 in Super Mario Bros. 3.
Made it to World 8 before it ends. I lost, and now it's ending.
And tried out a bit of Kirby on N64. You get like 5 minutes per coin. The final game I played, which had the longest line, was the Zapper and Super Scope game with a giant screen. I used the Super Scope because it looked huge and cool, and I never used one, so why not? All of this was actually a lot of fun, but you go through the coins pretty quickly. Food-wise, they have Hatena Burger, where you can customize your burger from the bun color to the condiments, meats, and toppings. It's the only thing to eat here, so may as well get the full experience. Lots of Animal Crossing references here too. And this is how my order turned out. The mini potatoes are neat, I guess.
That's cool.
On the way back from Kyoto to Tokyo, I decided to stop briefly in Nagoya, for one reason alone. I wanted to check out the newly renovated Pokémon Center Nagoya. It's changed locations since the last time I was here and underwent some rebranding. Celebi is now the main focus of this Pokémon Center, and that meant that the exclusive here was actually a Celebi. No exclusive Pikachu, which I thought was pretty interesting.
I'm in a rush to get the fuck onto the train because my Shinkansen's about to show up. Like that one is. I have like 2 minutes to spare.
Holy shit, I'm tired. I've been up since about 6 a.m. The other guys are in Shinjuku, they're in Golden Guy.
I'm just coming on with me. Little asshole. Look at him. I'm gonna play with this thing the whole flight. Ready? Move! That's it. Right in the mouth. That's it, I got him. Coming on with me, pal. Look at this frog, it's messing me up. I told you he's coming home with me.
As long as I get back before the last trains, then there's definitely still time for a drink in the area. So for now, the only drink that I have is Pocari Sweat. Anyhow, when I was at the Nintendo Museum, I picked up the blind boxes, and you're only allowed one each. They're different years, 1993 to 19. It's the virtual, right? Virtual Boy. It's black, so at least that's cool. It's not a Switch, it's not a 3DS, it's not a DS. I do have a Wii. I have good memories with my Wii. That's gonna be it for me today, I think. God, my hair sucks.
Like pussies.
I want to enjoy my
Eat that cutlet, it's amazing.
I had it yesterday.
Eat it.
I will eat it. I need chopsticks. I'm not gonna eat the ones that he licked. Fuck you.
This day, my pals and I ended up speedrunning Tokyo Skytree and Asakusa. They had a flight to catch in the evening, and so we picked an area that was different from what they had already seen so far. I didn't film much with them this day, just to stay more present and in the moment. We grabbed some coffee in Skytree Town and went through some of the shops, of course admiring the Skytree itself. I would have loved to have taken them up there, but the wait times were just not on our side, unfortunately.
Say that again, Tony?
That was awesome.
Yeah, it was.
We then passed by Asakusa just so they could see the Kaminarimon Gate in person, as well as the Sensoji Temple. It was busy, as to be expected.
Alright guys, we've successfully sped run Asakusa. It might be. No, having fun. Yeah.
We quickly wandered the streets nearby, then did one last stroll in Akihabara. And then that was it. It was goodbye to my pals.
There they go.
I won't lie, after my pals left, I had little motivation to do anything. I was so exhausted from going to Kyoto and back the day before. And of course from all the speedrunning of Tokyo that we did this morning and the days prior. I used the evening to take care of a few things, like trying to pack my suitcases, because time was running out. I had just the weekend left, and I'd be spending both Saturday and Sunday at a music festival before flying out Monday afternoon. So, the smart thing to do was chill, grab a whole bunch of snacks for the last time, and get as many things ready for home as possible. Oh, and eat some aburasoba. Well, it was my final weekend in Japan, and I made my way to Yokohama for the 2-day music festival called Central Fest.
It's pretty.
I showed off the ads they had in Yokohama in episode 2 of my vlogs, and finally we're here. There was also a food festival going on, and the hot dog was a little bit underwhelming. I've been to many music festivals in my time, and here it's cool that your tickets are numbered and you're let in groups based on the number. It's super organized. We weren't allowed to film the sets, but luckily they filmed the festival and even live streamed it on YouTube. So I'm inserting some of that here for me when I watch these back, cause I fucking love it. It's really cool because YOASOBI was performing twice this weekend. They would open the festival and close it. They started with Idol, which is awesome, and did a live debut for this song, Players, which is their song for PlayStation's 30th anniversary. I just want to say how insane it was to experience the crowd moving in unison like it does throughout the entire set. It makes the experience better, honestly. After YOASOBI, I walked around, bought some merch. They had some cool little exhibits set up too. And then I went and checked out NOMELON, NOLEMON. I had heard from one of my band members that this group did a song for Gundam G-Cux, and so I was keen on checking them out. I had time before heading to Keisuku Band, so may as well. They ended up being awesome and catchy, and since I've been home, I haven't stopped listening to them. It's actually nuts. I used a bunch of their music in my vlogs too.
Sayonara 聞こえた気がした途切れてしまった赤い糸電話で思えば
Fun story. It turns out that their guitarist here, Tsumiki, writes all the music and even used to play drums for NOMELON, NOLEMON. It also turns out he's the same Tsumiki that I've been listening to since 2022. I had no idea this was the same person. It's no wonder I was so drawn to their music because I was already a fan. Central Fest was taking place in a few venues, and I had to get a separate ticket for one of the other venues because it's seated. The one I was just at was the Echo's Boss stage. All the artists that performed there are part of that label. The next few acts I went to go see were at K Arena Yokohama. It's a bit of a walk away.
There's some sakura trees. On my way to K Arena. Well, here's the venue. I had to climb up all these stairs. Because Japan is all about walking and fucking climbing stairs, even after a long day at a festival. And God, I don't even know what it's gonna be like to walk home or walk to the station from here. It's about a half-hour walk to the station too.
The acts I was gonna see here included Keisuku Band from the Bocchi the Rock anime, the members being the folks who actually wrote and recorded the music, as well as Tatsuya Kitani. If you watch Jujutsu Kaisen, you would recognize the music, and we were allowed to film them, oddly enough.
C3、C5 ブロックすべてのお客様お出口までお進みください。
What a beautiful night. 2 nights left. Okay, well, you can hear that. I don't know if I'm triggering that or not. By standing here. I don't think so. I think it just plays randomly. But I can't figure out if there's a pattern. But I'm also tired of hearing it, so hopefully somebody inside finishes eating their food.
Something I don't show or mention is that getting into places, there's usually a line. The line actually grew pretty large behind me too. The food, however, is incredible here. I love this place so much. I've always left satisfied.
Look at this stupid ass tan. My neck is pretty bad too, on one side only. Yeah, I guess it's the same kind of on this arm. It's harder to tell. Look, it was cold, okay, in my defense. It was cold, windy, because we're by the sea, Tokyo Bay. But the sun decided to come see YOASOBI as well, so. You can see the marks from where my jacket sleeve was. Oh, I look like such a doofus. The fucking piano is auto-playing the Yodobashi camera song. Look, you can buy Hatsune Miku and use her legally for music, you sick fucks. I thought I was gonna buy a matcha set, but $100? I don't know about that.
The next morning, my legs were pretty toast, and so I decided that for day 2 of the festival, I would show up a little bit later. Since this was my last full day of the trip, I did some errands nearby to help with my packing and grabbed some food.
A hearty meal before I go to the music festival. Watching Vegas. I got some Jack in the Donuts. Okay, this is the strawberry creme brulee donut. And this is the raspberry one. I'm walking to the music festival, and I don't know if you can hear it, but at the stadium, there's like an idol performance going on.
At the festival, they had these lemon sour cans with the artists' pictures on them. You can peel off the sticker, put it on the plastic, and take it home. Pretty good advertising, actually. I figured it would be a good idea to catch at least one other band, so I caught Aooo, who was on right before YOASOBI. Hey, so remember how the NOMELON, NOLEMON guy turned out to be an artist I listened to years ago? Yeah, he also plays drums in this band. I didn't realize till I got home that all these people were the same guy. Also, the bass player was YOASOBI's session bassist for a while too. After that though, YOASOBI was up next, and this set was basically my send-off. I couldn't have asked for a more perfect way to end my trip to Japan. The fireworks during blessings sent goddamn chills down my spine. I don't know if that was coincidence or not, but the timing was absolutely perfect. And then they went and played my favorite song.
夜の空を飾る綺麗な花街の声をぎゅっと光が包み込む夢の中で見えた未来のこと夏の夜君
Alright, pause. Can you find me? I'll give you a few seconds. Hey look, there I am. On my way back to the station, the event at Yokohama Stadium was still going on.
Yo, that's crazy. I thought it was a baseball game. It's a fucking idol concert in a stadium. I was so wrong. There's probably more people there than there was at the festival. I'm not even sure. Look at those fans.
I did some research and it turns out it's an idol group called Hinatazaka 46, and this is what it looked like on the inside. It's fucking crazy. Idol fans, man. Anyway, I capped the night off by getting some nice warm ramen and did a late night stroll in Akihabara. It was my last night after all. I went through the arcades, failed to get a little Kirby again, and really just tried to take in the environment as much as possible.
All trip, this Kirby is fucking crazy. Fuck you. Fuck you.
I'm gonna miss you. So warm. So comforting. Aw, it's okay, Dad. Don't be sad. You'll get to meet a lot of wonderful people and keep them warm and comfortable.
The last morning before heading to Narita Airport, I did one final walk around Akihabara, just soaking in the streets really. One last walk, one last failed crane game.
That's it. That's all I'm willing to spend. Oh my god, that's not even a good handle on it. Nope. Goodbye forever.
I literally won nothing this trip. And one last meal, which was McDonald's.
Alright, I have 15 minutes to eat, shower, pack, and get the fuck out, check out.
I didn't actually realize it till I was editing these videos, but my first meal was actually the same as my last. How poetic. Also, yes, I could have eaten literally anything else, but I get anxious about eating before flying, okay? Leave me alone.
I only eat Big Macs for special occasions, so this felt right, even though it's not a very Japanese meal. It's fine. But yeah, goodbye Akihabara. Goodbye Japan.
So with that, I checked out and left to Nippori Station to take the Skyliner to Narita Airport. At Narita, I had one last stop. Pokémon store in Narita, where I grabbed one last exclusive Pikachu. It was the upgraded flight attendant with the NRT badge, to match my old one from 2019.
Home time. It was a good time. Hair's looking a little weird, but it was a good time.
And that concludes my 2025 Japan trip. It might feel a little bit somber from a footage perspective, but I definitely left on a huge high. I'm glad my friends came towards the end of my trip, and immediately after that, I got to go to a music festival with YOASOBI, one of my favorite Japanese bands, being the final act. None of that was planned at the time of booking. I got extremely lucky that everyone's dates worked out, and that they announced the festival for the last weekend of my trip. So I'm grateful, and I couldn't have asked for a better ending. So that said, between my 2023 trip and this one, I crossed off most of my bucket list for Japan. I couldn't be happier. I encourage everyone to give Japan a visit and experience the food, the culture, the cities, the parks, all the Pokémon stuff. I'm sure somewhere down the line I'll visit Japan again. I love it there. But for now, like the NOMELON, NOLEMON song playing in the background of this vlog, it's Sayonara. Maybe.